Hello everyone and welcome back to Straight White Whale. My name's Darren Connell. Thank you very much for coming back with me after taking a week off. I took a week off because of Christmas stuff and this time of year, the weather's fucking mental and I'm sure yous will be alright with that. So this is episode 9. We're sponsored by the Avalon Bar. Shout out to the Avalon Bar. They're in the same street as us. A good working class pub that they good nights go and support a local business. I feel like I've been away for weeks, Paul, when it's only been 1 week.
I know, mate. It doesn't feel like a week, but aye. How you been, mate?
I have been okay. I went back to the gym today. The gym that I normally go to. I went back there for the first time in 2 years just because of COVID and restrictions. This was the first time it's not had any restrictions, so it was strange to go back.
What gym did you go to?
I don't want to name it because
right, okay.
mad Scott Squad fans will turn up. Oh, no way. Fancy seeing you here.
Has that ever happened to you? Mad creepy people turning up places that you say that you go publicly?
I've had people turn up at gigs and stuff that are a bit strange, but no where I go.
Right.
But I've learned to not name it.
Yeah, exactly, mate, aye. It's always good to get back to the gym, but...
Aye. I mean, because I went for a sauna and a steam room today, first time in 2 years. It's quite funny though, because like 2 years ago, a year ago, I was like quite fit. I've never been skinny, but at one point I could go out and run 10k, 34 on a waist. 2 years ago, I had hair and a beard and I was quite skinny. And then I walk into the gym today and I'm like, all the staff are looking at me like I'm a fucking goblin. Like,
have you ever seen on the Christmas theme, you ever seen the Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen?
aye.
There's like the bit where he comes back and he's in the trachea instead of the suit and he's like, I've been stung by a bee.
He's got gout. He just looks like he's got gout. That's what it was like with the staff of the day. Because anytime I see them, how's Scott Squad, how's stand-up, are you gigging and all that? The day it was like, are you alright? No, I'm fucked. When you gigging next? I don't know, mate, I'm fucked. When was your last gig? 2 years ago or something? I don't know, mate, I'm fucked. I lost my bird. I've not got a flat anymore. I'm back in with my man and my dad, mate. I'm fucked. My hair fell out and I'm fucked. And he's like, don't worry, it's about getting back into it.
You get £1 for your locker?
I had it last night, by the way. See, last night I got up to do a pee and I looked at the colour of my pee and that's what made me think I need to get back to the gym.
What colour was it?
It was like the colour of that table.
All right, man.
I done a pee before I went to bed and it was clear. And then during the night I done a pee and it was dark brown. And I thought, my kidneys are failing. I need to go back to the gym. Out of everything that's happened to me in the last 2 years, that's what made me pull the finger out. But I felt better. Normally I'd go and run an hour on the treadmill. The day I only done fucking 14 minutes or something. But it was good to kind of just go, get a sauna and a steam room. But you know, one thing that I've no missed is, do you ever day saunas and steam rooms?
Aye, mate. Aye. Like, I've got I sneak, hopefully they don't listen to this, but I sneak into the Hilton. So, you know, if you're a guest at the Hilton, you get free access to the gym. Yeah. So, like, once a week, just to use the sauna in the steam room, I'll just walk in. They don't question you, mate. You just walk past them, all right?
That is fucking tactics there, by the way.
Aye, mate.
So they think that you're a...
I don't know what they think I'm. Probably just know I'm a fucking thieving cunt. But I use the Pure Gym at Charing Cross. See if anybody wants to come and harass me. Come on.
Aye, no bother. But with the one just up the road?
Aye, Charing Cross. But for a sauna and a steam, I go down to the Hilton at Charing Cross and I don't pay a membership. I just walk by them and give them a thumbs up and they let me do it once a week. So.
Oh, well.
But I love it, mate.
Aye, it's amazing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It is amazing. It's one of the best things. I felt like, because everybody's been fucked for the last 2 years and I feel like I've just been rough as toast. See, sitting in a sauna for 25 minutes and then getting that cold shower, cold water therapy. After it, I was like, I just needed that. Mm-hmm. But one thing that I've no missed is chat that you get in the sauna and the steam room. I actually forgot how bad it was. I kind of feeling a wee bit self-conscious now because I'm chunky. So I walked in, my head down, and I walk into the sauna and it's like mid-conversation and I'm like, God, you get some, maybe not in the Hilton, but you get some absolute fucking roasters in the sauna in the steam room. I remember once in Springburn sauna, I walked into the steam room and there was a guy sitting drinking a Bovril.
What the fuck? You didn't drink a Bovril in the fucking steam room, man?
I know. But the day there was like an old guy, I think he was like 90-year-old or something, and he was mid-conversation with a bird, and the lassie was like, she was going for her brown belt in karate. So it was quite fascinating, but she couldn't get a word in. And he was just like, I've got samurai swords, the samurai swords up above my fireplace. You could cut a grain of salt in half with it. And I'm like, oh my God, man.
Is there anything more confident than an old guy in a leisure centre? Like, they walk about with their dicks and their balls swinging about, not man. You're like, where are you getting this confidence for? But God help a woman that's gone for like a master level in anything and saying that to an old guy, because they'll just be like, pure, I met Bruce Lee once. I battered him.
He's like, everybody's trying to give advice. Everybody's like fat as fuck, but oh no, I used to do a bit of boxing and that.
Aye, mate, you see that in the gym, like creepy guys going up to women and try to tell them about their lift.
Yeah, and
you're looking at them going, I wouldn't listen to you. Like, you're a fat cunt. Like, why are you going up giving them advice? It's just a way to chat to women.
Exactly, because you wouldn't date to a guy. But it was good to get in and just to get away wash away the cobwebs.
Aye, mate.
But
I think sometimes, like, you can take it too seriously, like you're saying. Getting in for 15 minutes, doing a bit of cardio, then going for a steam and relaxing a wee bit, and that's good enough. Like, see if that's why you're doing it, to like stimulate yourself and blow away the cobwebs, man. You don't need to go and spend 2 hours and I deadlifted a PB today. It's like, see if you want to be that, that's great, go for it. Most people do it for other people's attention more than anything else. That's why they fucking post it on other social medias. But see if you're like, I want to go for my own well-being, you go for like 15 minutes and you've not been going at all. That's good, mate. That's really
exactly, because I'll build it up. I was actually talking to my pal today. He's like, I won't name him because he's a good mate, but he struggles with mental health stuff, and he said just getting to the gym, he just sometimes when he's really fucked, he just gets down to the gym, pays for a sauna and a steam room, puts on his gym gear, and he just walks in the gym and walks around it, and then goes down for a sauna and a steam room. And he says it tricks his brain into, I got out of my bed today, I went down, I might have not done a workout, but it's a step towards something more positive.
That's it, mate.
And he says 9 out of 10 times he'll always go back to the gym the next day and actually do a workout.
Aye, mate, because I think the barrier there is, like the idea of getting ready and going, like if you had a gym in your house, right, and you just had to like walk into a room and do a workout, I'm pretty sure a lot of people could manage that. But one of the big barriers for people's getting ready, that's why you'll see people, they'll be like, if you struggle with it, put your gym gear on before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Because it's another barrier that you're getting ready. So if he's doing that muscle memory, getting up, getting ready, going to the gym, then the next hurdle's starting the workout, you know what I mean? So I'm on board with that, mate. But no, good for you that you managed to get yourself down there, mate, and do a workout, man. It's really important for people. You hear quite a lot about how mental health's just not about exercise, but it's a very like key cornerstone to it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Aye, because it's triggered a few things. Like, I've always been mad for vitamins, always took them, but I've not been taking them for the last couple of months. And see, after that today, I took my vitamins after a wee protein bar, and I was like, it just kind of triggers small positive changes. Plus, I think I've got a face like a baby's arse, mate. Come on.
In what way?
Like, it's smooth as fuck.
Well, it is a day, mate, aye. Nice, clean shaven.
Aye.
Do you shave every day?
No, every day, no. I'm actually going to grow a beard.
Are you really?
Aye.
Mate, I got a what's it called on Facebook? Like a fucking time hop? Is that Mate, I'm showing my age, man. I know, man. I got a time hop on Facebook because we're like, what are you talking about, you fucking idiot? But it was 2014. That was the last time I shaved.
Wow. So, fuck, how many years ago was that?
What would be 2021? So 7 years.
7 years. I take it you trim it and stuff and tidy it up.
Of course, I get it.
Because it's looking shaped.
I go to the barber and I get it trimmed. But the last time I clean shaven with like a Mac 3 down to the nutting, I'd get 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
You know, if I was going to stay clean shaven, I'd need to shave every day. But 2014, mate, it's like pure.
That's crazy.
Brought a wee tear to my eye. I've been through the hipster phase. Like when I grew the beard, first of all, it was during that big boom, the beard boom, and now it's kind of uncool again.
Yeah,
I'm loving it because you know, I'm like, I've still fucking got mine. I feel better than every cunt.
Aye, it's like the boom of the beards and what was it, brisket burgers.
Restaurants serving you meals on fucking chopping boards.
Aye. Oh, because I used to always be clean shaved and I used to slag people with beards, and then a bird told us you would look really nice with a beard, and obviously I grew it, didn't I?
Aye, of course, of course. Like, what's your whole motivation for life? Like,
aye, that's it. I mean, why do you think I was at the gym today? It was for my hole.
Exactly.
To a bird that I'm not even talking to. It's just hopefully. No, I was kidding on. I'm not that shallow, but I'm not going to grow a beard. But I've got a pure ginger beard. Like anytime I go into the Turkish barbers to get it shaved or no shaved, shaped, he's like, we don't get ginger people in Turkey. He actually looks at me like I'm fucking evil. Right. Like ginger's a possession or something.
Aye.
Which takes us back to that old cunt in the sauna today, 90-year-old, right? I don't know if I need you to be by my side here because I don't know what's politically correct.
Keep you right.
Keep me right. So he was saying he's got family in Holland.
Right.
And he was talking about Santa in Holland. And there is a character in Dutch
mythology.
Aye. Called, do you know?
No.
Black Pete.
What? Black Pete?
Right. So, no, don't get me right. I'm no part of this conversation, by the way. This is an old guy talking to a bird about her brown belt in karate, and for some reason he starts to talk about mythology. And there's a character in Holland called Black Pete.
Oh God. Right. So Zwarte Piet is a companion for St. Nicholas in the folklore of the Lower Countries. The earliest known illustrations of the character come from an 1850 book, but it's basically a guy in blackface, by the looks of it, right?
Basically.
Right, okay.
So it's like, you know, in Scotland or Europe, somebody would dress up as Santa.
Mm-hmm.
Your dad would put on a white beard. They are blacking up, and I think it only just a couple of years ago there was an uproar in Holland about it because some people still want it to happen, and obviously other people are like, this is mental, why are we still doing this?
Aye, mate.
So there was me, 2 younger guys, a girl, and this old guy in the sauna today, and the old guy was like that. Before he started talking about Pete, he was like, oh, this fucking PC shite with all the rules and feelings and all that, thinking that, you know, I think he's going to say, what, like, are you smoking indoors?
Right.
I don't think he's going to go that mental.
Right.
He's like, so there's this guy called Black Pete in Holland, and I go there and I still black up for my grandwains and all that. And the full sauna just done that. Oh no. The 2 younger guys were like, you can't say that, mate. And I was like, if you'd done that here, you would get the jail.
Aye.
And he's like, but that's part of the Dutch. I was like, no, it's not.
Aye, like the culture argument.
Aye.
Like, this is tradition. And like, do you know what else used to be tradition? Being able to beat the fuck out your wife, mate. And we've gave up on that for good reason. So maybe we should give up on this. And considering that Holland are a huge coloniser of Africa, you can kind of see the origins of where this is kind of came from, you know, kind of like, what was the thing that we had here?
Yeah.
It was like the Robinsons. I don't I don't think we should say it, but I'll cut this out. I'll bleep it.
The teddy.
Aye. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we both know what we're talking about. It's like that. See, when I looked at it, that's what instantly came to mind. That Robinson's character, and when old people are like, this is ridiculous and PC gone mad, and you're like, don't know about that, man.
I'm not going to name the person, right? It was a neighbour, an old neighbour, female. And she commented, one of these old cunts that just talk about your weight again. To be fair to her, right, if I lose weight, she says you look good. But when I put weight on, she's like, what's wrong with you?
So there's a balance there happening.
Like, I could be on the phone walking to my house. What's wrong with you? You need a scan. You need to go up to the York Hill and get a scan. That's not right, son. I'm like, I've just put on 2 fucking stone, pal. Like,
why is she advising an adult male to go to York Hill Children's Hospital for a scan?
No, that's not right. There's something wrong. So she was talking, we were talking about food, right? And I said, I try my best not to eat junk food because I've got an addictive personality, and sugar and salt and oil and stuff doesn't make me feel good. So obviously she wasn't listening to me. She heard the word salt and she done that. Oh, that reminds me, these Subway sandwiches are a lot of shite now. And I was like, I've not had a Subway in a while. And she's like, oh, I went there the other day. No, I'm no saying it's because he was black. And I'm like, what? I'm saying, so what was that? Just say her name was Moira. Right. What was that, Moira? No, I'm not saying it's because he was black, right? But I went in and got a foot long, right? And I asked for lettuce, and he never really put any lettuce on it. He never put any onion on it, and I asked for onion. I was like, but what's that got to do with the colour of his skin? I never said it's got anything to do with his colour of his skin. Mm-hmm. I was like, so why did you bring it up then? She's like, no, I'm not saying that. I was like, right, okay.
Well, I can kind of get the gist of what's going on here, basically. I'm not saying it's because he's black. Wink.
Aye. So,
but he didn't put fucking lettuce on my sandwich.
Aye. Which makes me think, so you're saying he never put lettuce on your sandwich because he's black? Which is, I mean, no racism makes sense, but that is the ultimate kind of example of racism.
Surely, where's the logic in your complaint here? I mean, it nothing to do with racism or nothing like that. But you know, this bastard didn't put fucking lettuce on my sandwich. Oh my god, man! Where are all people like? Well, she'll be dead soon, mate. Don't worry about it.
I know. I was thinking that. Like even like.
We'll rid ourselves of these fuckers.
I know, I really hope it's soon, because like even things like, imagine being gay. Obviously it's biological and you're born gay, and then I knew a family member that came out as gay, and she's the happiest I've ever seen her. She's married to a woman now. Mm-hmm. It's my auntie, so happy. But before that she was married to my uncle. My uncle was an arsehole, but then she found happiness. And see, if you look at a photo of her 20 years ago with her husband, she looks fucking horrendous. And then you look at her now with her wife, and it is like, oh, you should have always lived like that.
Aye, man, aye.
Do you know what I mean? Uh-huh. But then I've got people in my life, maybe she's got something wrong with her. You think so?
Aye,
maybe we could
mate.
cut that out.
No, mate. Keep that in, man. I think it's relevant, man. Like, I was watching, this is how you know, right? I was talking to somebody, and they were talking about, somebody had asked them about, have you ever had like a bisexual experience, just having a chat amongst friends, you know, like as you do. And she was pure, but it kind of like reaffirmed to me why I was straight, because as soon as I touched her, I get the boke. And instantly in my head, I was like, that's bullshit. There's no way. And then I realised that, but wait a minute, like, she's not gay or bisexual. Like, it just reaffirms that you don't choose this shit. You don't just go, I'm going to force myself to suck a dick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that, if you're heterosexual male, that shit will turn your stomach. Like,
yeah,
that's how you know that it's not a choice. And there seems to be the re-emergence of this sort of like idea that you can convert people away from being gay, like it's some sort of mental illness. And it's like, surely we're moving past this, man. But see, these old fuckers like that cunt in that fucking sauna, dragging us back into this, like the church.
I know.
You know what I mean? Just send them to the priest, man. A guy that's in denial about his homosexuality that abuses kids. That's who will help gay people, man. Get them.
It's crazy, and then they wonder why the church is. Obviously, you get good. Everybody's good and bad, right? Doesn't matter your skin colour, sexuality, anything, your religion. You get good Catholics, bad Catholics, good Muslims, bad Muslims.
100%.
But they wonder why the church is empty because they come away with mad shit like that.
Aye. They still believe a big guy with a beard's up in the clouds, mate. So that's why nobody's gone to the church anymore. It doesn't make sense to people.
Aye.
Stopped making sense to people about 100 years ago. We're just starting to admit it to ourselves, I think.
I remember I went to confession once when I was a wee guy. I used to be mad for the Boys Brigade and the Anchor Boys and stuff, but I was in a Catholic school, so all my cousins and all my family used to slag me for going to the Boys Brigade.
Would they go to the Scouts?
Aye.
Right.
But which is horrible because all my pals were in the Boys Brigade and I played football, I done camping and all that.
I was the exact same, mate. I went to a Catholic school and went to the BBs and then went to Anchor Boys and then went to the BBs. And it was the exact same. All my mates went there, so I went there.
Aye, and it was the best years of my life. And I remember going to the priest and saying, like, I think I'm getting bullied. I was only like maybe 10 or something, but I was like, I'm getting bullied, and you don't know how to deal with these things when you're young. So I'm like, it's really hurting my feelings, and I love going to the Boys Brigade, and I need to go to the Church of Scotland on a Sunday, but that's part of the Boys Brigade thing. And straight away he was like, what? Are you even a Catholic?
He's like, shut up, I'm not going to be able to come.
Oh no.
Your instant reaction was to laugh, mate.
I know you're a Catholic.
I'm getting bullied. No, fucking. I say this a lot, mate. I'm a recovering Catholic. I love ripping the piss out of Catholicism. I love ripping the piss out of the structural shit that's happened. How they've moved paedophiles about to sort of hide it, and so I'm balls out. Like, just slag it, man. Just go for it. I was an altar boy, and every time I say to people, especially Protestants, you know, or people that you meet that are not Catholics, and you go, oh aye, I was an altar boy, they're always pure, oh aye. But honestly, mate, I was a fat Wayne. They didn't fancy me or something, man. I can let go.
Which takes me back to what you were talking about before. Have you ever had a gay experience?
Have I ever had? Well, I would say that I'm 75% straight.
Yeah?
In the sense that I've never had a direct bisexual experience, but I've definitely like done stupid shit. Like one time I was in the cat house and there was a lassie that really super fancied me that I worked with in Virgin Megastore, but I had a girlfriend, and at this particular time I was trying not to be an arsehole. I was quite young, I was like 19 when I started working in Megastore, and we went to the cat house, and to entice me to shag her, she went and got a mate and was like, we can have a threesome. And to get out of that, I snogged my mate. So I was basically like, going to leave me alone. And she was like, I'll only leave you alone. I'll only stop, like, basically harassing me. It was like sexual harassment. And by the way, like, this woman was in like her 30s. She was a manager in Virgin Megastore, and I'm like a 19-year-old guy. She went, you need to get off with your mate. And I got off with my mate. And, you know, did it do anything for me? No. But did it make me feel horrible? No. So I think I'm like, you know...
So you had to lie to her that you were gay?
No. What she said, I was basically like, going to fuck off and leave me alone, because I was going to end up doing it. You know, she was starting to like really entice me. It was like a salesman. Like, how about my pal as well? And I was like, you know, this deal's getting better and better. And I said to her, like, what do I need to do to leave me alone? She was like, you need to snog your mate. And I was like, fuck it, snog my mate. And I've snogged a couple of mates just as like steaming and having a laugh. But I would say that I'm open-minded, as in, if you get me horny, I'll probably do anything. Like, so, and I've had a couple of experiences with people watching,
right?
And it doesn't put me off. Like, I don't really mind it. And anything that I've ever, I suppose this is what I would say. Anything that I've ever tried sexually, I've liked it. So I'm open-minded to trying whatever, you know.
You wouldn't get this on Joe Rogan with Jamie talking in the background, would you? Imagine that. Imagine if Jamie was just like, I look getting fingers up my farter, Joe.
Oh well, I love that. Like if there's if my girlfriend's fucking giving it a good finger blast, I'll take it. But aye, mate, they're not as comfortable in their masculinity and their sexuality as like the trailblazers that me and you are in this way. But no, like there's been things that I've thought I'm not going to like that. Oh, that makes me feel a bit weird thinking about that, and then I do it, and I'm like, aye, well,
yeah,
definitely maintained an erection through that experience, and that includes like even because I was quite a big kid in my late sort of teens, early 20s when I lost a lot of weight, I became quite fattest. Don't know if you were like that yourself. Like when you were skinny, you'd look at fat people and think they're disgusting. Like that kind. I'm not like that anymore. It's totally went away.
Yeah.
But I was a wee bit elitist in my thinking. If I can lose weight, they can look like that type of tropic bullshit. And I used to have this thing in my head when I was young. No fat birds.
Yeah.
Nah. And one of the best rides I've ever had was with a fat chick, and mate, she was gorgeous, man. So fuck it. Like try it all, man.
I mean, it's like if everybody's beautiful, isn't they? Regardless, there's always something attractive about someone. Like, I never when I get, because at one point I got myself down to 12.5 stone, and I did look unwell, and I've never kind of judged fat people, but I remember when I was always a fat person, right, and grown up, all my pals used to cheat on their girlfriends and stuff, and I remember thinking, I'll never be like that. I've never cheated on anybody, actually, in my entire life.
Right.
But I remember thinking, I'll never be disrespectful to women. I'll never cheat on my girlfriend. I was the fat best mate. And then soon as I lost all the weight, and I noticed this change of, I wasn't getting treated like a fat best mate anymore. Birds actually wanted to go with me. I never cheated on it. Everybody was single, right? But I remember like shagging, just going on this fucking rampage of shagging.
Yes, mate.
Like, so for the first, I broke my virginity when I was 16 and never had sex again until I was 21. 21 was when I lost all the weight. See, from 21 to like fucking 24 or something, I almost had a chip on my shoulder. Like, I've got some catching up to do. So basically, I became the guy that I says I was never going to be.
You didn't cheat on him, did you?
I never cheated on anybody, but I certainly remember when I was young and fat thinking, I remember looking at my mates that were shaggers and thinking, God, imagine being like that. I would never be like that. As soon as I lost weight, I was like, who's wanting pump?
Mate, I did the same thing, mate. I think there's an inferiority complex that goes along with growing up being, I mean, I was the fat kid in the class as well. There was like me and another guy, but the elephant in the room was me, like he wasn't quite as big and tall, and I think that it gives you a wee bit of a sort of complex that you're trying to prove yourself because you didn't get to be the one that gets all the birds when you're a wee guy, you know what I mean?
As I like, see, when you do get a wee bit older though, like I'm 34 now, like see all that, oh, he's a shagger, all that type of chat, it is like exhausting though. It's no cool. And I'm not saying that to be like a weird rapey fucking feminist. It is like just shite chat, isn't it?
I think so too, mate. Like the thing, like you're saying, as you get to this age, you realise that it's got nothing really to do with how people look. Sometimes I've met guys that are fucking burning through women and they're ugly fucking trolls. So I think it's got more to do with your attitude and I suppose what level of standards that you're kicking about with. Like, mate, if you want your hole, you can get it, man. You just need to like be willing to fucking do whatever you know what I mean?
You know how you were saying that boss is probably sexually harassing you? I feel like I always talk about this on a podcast, but gay guys are pretty brutal as well.
Well, see, for sure. What do you think it comes down to? Why do you think that is? I've got a theory.
Right, so I'm not being homophobic, but there's some some gay guys that absolutely love trying to shag straight guys. That is just a thing.
So this is where I would say that I don't think you're being homophobic, because why is lesbian porn the biggest or one of the biggest searches is because straight guys love to fantasize about turning a gay woman back to straight, and gay guys love to fantasize about turning a straight guy gay. Like, I think that the problem's not gay, straight, the problem's men.
Mm-hmm.
And when men have access to other sexually active men, like, all bets are off, mate. And I think that's why gay guys have this sort of like lack of filter. You know, they're just like, I'd suck your dick. And you're like, okay. Like, you know what I mean?
Which is giving me horrendous flashbacks right now. Like, I've literally had a gay guy say to me, quote, soon as you get a suck job off me, you'll never go back. And I'm like, midway through a cup of tea, like, all right.
I bet you any money if you were to put it on your socials, women get that. See, if you were to let me go down on you. Like, I remember I had a friend who'd never come, right? She was, at the time, 35, whatever, been a long-term relationship, but she'd never managed to have an orgasm.
Wow.
No even...
With a man or a woman?
No even herself.
Wow.
Never. And what do you think the first thing that one of my best mates was pure?
Come up to mine with a bag of cans.
His words were, and I quote, 15 minutes with my tongue, you be coming everywhere.
Oh.
And it's like, I don't think so, mate.
That's horrific.
I don't think so. I've got a feeling that she might be a tough nut to crack here. Like, I don't think that you're going to be the one that does that, especially with that attitude, you know what I mean? But I think it's a guy thing. I don't think it's gay, straight, or whatever. I think guys are just fucking deviants, mate. Deep down. And because gay men are attracted to other men, they're all deviants, they just get together and be deviants. I don't think that's a stereotype against gay men. I think that is a stereotype with men.
Yeah.
Every mate I've ever had is a fucking deviant underneath it. Even if they want to kid on that they'll know. Yeah. They definitely are.
That, I totally agree with you, because you know how, like, you get really bad men that... What's the fucking idiots called? See, when they're online and they're moaning about women and stuff.
Incels.
Right. I believe that every man has this ape-like thing inside them, right? And through circumstances of life, it depends how you end up. But when a woman walks into a room, you would go, she's nice, or she's no nice, or she's attractive, or she's sexually attractive. Now, I'm talking about us two, we know right from wrong, but like mental illness or depression or being an incel would take them down that fucking road of being horrible bastards, basically.
Aye, mate. I mean, I think that what Disney gets said is that if you're a bisexual or a heterosexual man and an attractive woman walks into your line of vision or into a room, you're going to notice it.
Yeah.
That's how we're wired. We're hardwired to notice that. If a woman's got big boobs or a big... You're going to notice it.
Yeah.
Just the same as if a guy walks into a room and he's got a fucking absolute weapon and he's bulging. Yeah. Every woman, heterosexual woman in the room's going to notice that. It's what you do about it. Like, you don't need to make it known that you're attracted to these women. You don't need to harass them. You don't need to stare at them. Like, see the amount of guys in that pure gym at Charing Cross that are just serial starers. Like, could you imagine what that would be like?
It's brutal, man.
And they're there to work out, and it's like, I go at like fucking 7 a.m. These women are going to work after this workout. They're not here to fucking pull. They're not looking for a prospective partner. And these guys are like, I mean, I've seen guys folly women. You're like, mate, there's no mistaking this. Every single machine she goes to, you're right next to her, and it must be so intimidating.
Yeah. You notice, this is where I first noticed it, you notice it in the sauna in the steam room.
Right.
Say 10 guys could be sitting in the sauna, all talking shite. As soon as a woman walks in, it goes deadly silent. And you're like, this is fucking grim, man. Like, it's brutal. Like,
it must make, if it makes us feel uncomfortable, if we notice it, then women notice it, and it makes women even doubly uncomfortable, because you don't know what that guy's like. You don't know what he's capable of doing, you know? And mate, like, I think that you're right. We've got this sort of like ape-like animalistic thing that if we don't, and especially with like the incels, it's like an entitlement. Like these guys think that they're entitled to women and entitled to sex, and it's like, no, mate, you need to work for it.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that. Like if you don't want to put the effort in, you're not getting fuck all.
Yeah,
and you can either do what these guys have done and find a community online to, like, you know, frantically masturbate and fucking, you know, give yourself blisters on your fucking cock or whatever. Make yourself undateable, really, through your attitudes, or you can, you know, go to the gym and you can, like, buy nice clothes and you can get a decent job and you can make yourself attractive to the opposite sex, man. That's how it fucking works. Like,
did you see the video that was going about online recently? I can't remember what it was aimed at, but it was this guy that was an incel, basically. He had a fringed into his eyebrows, like, wet look. And he's like, what do you expect when you go with guys with six-packs? They're obviously going to treat you terribly. Fair enough, I'm overweight. I like to eat food. I like to eat a little bit of food, okay? But if you went with me, at least you're going to have a good time. And I'm like, that was me when I was 14, man. Fuck's sake.
I was sure looking at your pals. They were the shaggles. They're like, I would never cheat on you. Never. Never do that. And then I wouldn't pressurise you into having sex. And then as soon as you get a 4-pack, you're pure, let me stick it in you.
You're getting pumped. But guys are different, because I'll never cheat, right? But see, in the middle of the street, if a woman walked up to us and said, would you like to shag me? I'd be like, aye.
Aye, but this comes back to what I'm saying, mate. I think we're hardwired for this. See, as soon as you just accept that and start to go, it's not my job to, like, try and hack my fucking, you know, like, evolutionary psychology. It's my job to, like, manage myself. Like, if you see an attractive woman, you don't need to let her know that you're attracted to her, either by directly, like, these fucking arseholes that will just approach women in the street.
Yeah.
Or indirectly by, like, staring at them or falling at them, staring at them. Like, what are you doing?
Aye.
Like, what are you doing, mate?
What would you do if you were in the gym, right, and you were just, like, going through your workout in the corner of your eye, you turned round and there was just a guy like that? Because that's the life of a girl.
Personally, I'd just ignore it. I would just try and ignore it, but I don't think that deters them. I don't know, man, that seems to fuel their fire. Like,
what would you do if you were in the gym and you turned round and I was like that?
Get my wee dick out, man, like that. You like that?
It's been a week.
We went mental.
Aye. This is proper straight white whale stuff. We're talking about incels and...
Fucking right, mate.
We're no cunts, are we? We're alright.
I'm a bit of a cunt, mate. I can be a cunt, put it that way. I think everybody can be a cunt. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm a cunt.
But, I mean, fair enough. So, man, I've got a terrible temper and I hold a grudge. But if I see somebody in trouble, I know that I'd like to help them.
Aye, me too, mate. When I don't have change to give to somebody that is begging and genuinely looks like they're in distress and need money, I feel guilty and my heart breaks, you know.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody about this the other day, like, what do you think begging's took a dip? Because nobody carries cash anymore. It's like, and when are we going to see the first beggar that's got, like, contactless?
Is that no a thing now in some places? I'm sure. I don't know if it's maybe a film that I watched, and you know how your brain gets mixed up with reality and shit. I don't know if I've actually seen this, but I'm sure I've seen a homeless person. It might have been a big issue seller, actually.
Well, I've seen a busker with their PayPal contactless thing on a wee stand so that people can just go by and I think it's got like £1 preloaded and you just go by in contactless.
Mate, it might have been that.
That's genius, mate. I mean, that's fucking genius. Aye. But they give you out these PayPal contactless things for free if you're a PayPal customer.
Aye.
I suppose you'll need a bank account to get a PayPal account, wouldn't you?
Aye.
There'll be barriers. You see homeless people with iPhones, and obviously, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't need your money just because they've managed to get their hands onto a fucking smartphone.
Yeah.
But man, I feel just recently, personally, I don't want cash.
Yeah.
I'm just card, like the contactless shit in my phone or whatever, and it must
I've
really
been to a couple of places and they've not accepted cash.
They don't take cash anymore.
Like Subway. I'm not saying it's because he was black, right?
But he didn't take cash. He didn't accept the Queen's. The Queen's sterling pound. Fucking unionist bastards, man. Fuck them.
I don't know how somebody can be racist, because remember I was saying I was down in London some of the female women that were of colour, women of colour, were fucking goddess-like.
Aye, for sure, mate.
Like beautiful, stunning women, man.
Aye, mate.
Like I was like that guy in the gym, like that.
Raising eyebrows. I think what's interesting is, I don't remember what year this was, but somebody mentioned this and I googled it and it's real. Was it 2018? They released the top searched Pornhub searches in America by state. In Alabama, the most racist state in America, the top search was ebony.
Wow.
So that gives you a glimpse into the psychology of a racist. I don't think that they believe that they are better. I think that they're rejecting the idea that they feel like they're scum in comparison to like people of colour or whatever. It's and secretly they're super attracted to them and think it's like shadow, like that they end up this sort of bitter, twisted way because they don't understand why they're attracted to people that are different for them, Weird.
That's brutal.
Wonder what the top Pornhub search is in Glasgow.
Will
we have a guess?
Is there any way we could find it?
I don't know, man. I'll have a Google. What's on your sheet?
I actually put a porn block on my phone the other day.
Oh, did you, mate?
Aye.
Good for you.
I just want to be a better person. I just feel like I'm not saying it's porn, but I feel like I'm never off my phone with social media, Twitter, Facebook. What is it? Fucking
chav.
Alright, fair enough.
Scottish insights on Pornhub. Scotland here's some facts. Just since you've gave up porn, and I'm porn free as well, mate. I've been vocal, public about like my trouble that I had with sex, and then porn to try and alleviate the fucking sex, and then back to sex to try and alleviate the fucking porn. So I've had my problems with sex, and I think personally, my opinion is that porn is bad for everybody.
Yeah.
Like especially, well, let me caveat that the porn on Pornhub, like the standard, guy walks in, rock hard, the lassie just instantly gets on her knees and sucks his dick and then gets bent and blasted for like 5 minutes and then he comes in her face. That's not a realistic depiction of sex, and it's giving young people a really bad idea of what it should look like and how they should perform. But here's some facts, right?
Okay.
Here's Pornhub's Scottish Insights for 2019. Scotland represented 7.3% of the total UK traffic to Pornhub.
Wow.
What percentage of the population are we? So are the English consuming more porn?
This is a Christmas special episode, by the way.
Ho 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 of the UK.
Merry Christmas
in Scotland. Wonder if there's Santa porn.
Oh, aye, there will be.
Right, so Scotland represents 8.2% of the population.
It's quite a lot.
And but we only represent 7.3% of all usage of porn. So that would say that there's a gap there. So we're better than the English when it comes to porn consumption, or worse, depending on what way you look at it.
Wow.
The top search in the world on Pornhub is lesbian. So that goes back to what we were saying earlier on. But in Scotland, the top search is chav, then MILF,
all right,
then education.
Oh wow!
Then
that was me because I'm in the red group. Call back to earlier episodes.
JOI,
jerk off instruction.
Right.
So I've heard. Shit, slipped up there.
Right. Then lesbian seduces straight women. Just exactly what we were saying. Snapchat, anal, big tits, celebrity. So that's the top Pornhub searches for Scotland.
Oh well. That's alright.
No Maggie Thatcher porn happening.
You're definitely right though. I think I became aware, like, because I realised that Facebook was bad for me, and then I cut Facebook up my life, and I realised that porn is toxic. Like, I just look at X-Hamster and Pornhub and stuff, but you're always like looking at your phone, and I'm going to try and just cut it out because it's just a terrible habit.
It's horrible for you, mate.
Aye.
It's horrible for you.
It's just shite.
So it's so addictive, mate. Like sex, food, connection with other people, like we're pure hardwired for this shit, and it pure hits all the dopamine and serotonin receptors and makes your brain light up like a fucking Christmas tree. And but when you start to like almost like biohack that through junk, like I've said this before, and somebody said to me, how would you sum up if somebody was to say you've got one line to say to somebody to sort of relate how you see porn? Porn is the McDonald's or the Burger King of sex.
There we go.
Consume too much shit, you're going to be unwell, and that's the way that I see it. It's instant, it's gratifying, it's easy, it's cheap.
Yeah.
But there will be, if you do too much shit, there will be something at the other side that you're not going to like.
Once you have a suck job for me, you'll never go back.
See that porn that you've been watching, that doesn't compare to a gay blow job.
What you like with food?
I'm balanced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you used to have like the way porn used to be, or all that stuff? Were you like that with food?
Aye, mate. Total addictive personality, same as yourself. I've always been like that with everything. Like, if it comes to Coke, I want more. Bevy, I want more. You know, I drink myself sick on nights out with my mates. Couldn't just have a couple of drinks, I'd need to be steaming.
Yeah.
Food, I want more.
Yeah.
I came to a realisation that I'm never satisfied. So why would I overeat? Because I'm chasing satisfaction, I'm not going to get it. So I may as well just eat like a normal amount, and how I manage that is I track my calories. Because if I don't, I know what will happen, mate. I'm a bottomless pit, mate. See all this like competitive eating and people on the internet where they can just eat. I'm like that, mate. I've went past sick where I'm like, I could throw up. I'm so full and I keep eating. So I don't know what that is other than just, you know, a fucking idiot. But
yeah, you look good though.
Thank you very much, mate. I'm nearly 40-year-old, you know.
What age are you?
38.
Mate, you look shit hot, by the way.
Thank you very much.
For somebody with an addictive personality and stuff, you look very good, mate.
Well, I had a couple of like really healthy addictions, like the gym. At one point, I was super addicted to the gym, like twice a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Go in the morning, go in the afternoon. Don't know why I did it. See, when I look back now, I'm like, that makes me feel exhausted to even just... But I was just distracting myself for like other shit, you know, like a healthy distraction.
Yeah. I feel like, because exercise can be really bad for me, but when I compare it to the way I am with food and all that other stuff, I would rather be bad with exercise. Mm-hmm. And I've learned that the hard way. See, the first lockdown, I know that when you do the West Highland Way, it's essentially 20 miles a day. And I was doing like mad walks every day with my weighted vest on. And I thought, fuck it, I'm going to go out and walk 20 miles to see what it's like. And I was tracking the calories and the steps and stuff. But it was taking me that long that the battery in my phone ran out. So because I think I've got an addictive personality, I walked at home, charged my phone, ate my dinner, and then I went back out and completed the walk. And see the anxiety of... I need to do that. I need to complete it. Even when I used to go to the gym, anytime I used to go to the gym, I had to do 1,000 calories. I had to burn 1,000 calories.
Right.
It doesn't matter what it is. I need to burn 1,000 calories.
That sounds like almost obsessive compulsive. You know, like setting yourself goals and you must do it. Like sort of black and white stuff.
So you get good days and bad days, but you can go in and you're only in for an hour and a half. But when you're feeling a bit rough, sometimes I was in the gym for like 3 hours and all that, trying to fucking burn 1,000 calories.
That's not good for you, mate.
And even like I used to be like that with clocks and stuff. Like, see if you're looking at the clock in the sauna and it was like 20 to 1. I'm like, right, I need to go at 5 past, and I can't leave. And maybe not as bad as what I used to be, but.
Definitely has seeped in that addictive sort of need. That's chasing dopamine, mate, and that's what we all do. That's what we're...
Do you want a suck job?
Maybe, man. I'll turn the mics off, see if I enjoy it.
No. Mic on.
ASMR. ASMR suckies. Pure.
Everybody's like, they only took a week off and he's getting Paul a gobble. What the fuck is happening?
What's the arrogance about? You ever had a straight guy go, I think I'd give amazing blowjob. Where does that confidence come from, mate? Your missus is pure looking at you side-eyed. Probably never fucking gave her a fucking orgasm for good on her.
You can't even give her one.
I reckon getting a blowjob would be harder than what it seems.
All right.
No comment, is there?
Hi, where you go? It's actually not that hard. It's all right.
It's easy.
I mean, if you had one of your pals say that they're... if you had one of your mates say to you that they're amazing, they would be amazing at getting gobbles.
Nearly every fucking mate that I've got, when that sort of chat comes up, they either go into one or two camps. That's fucking disgusting. What are we talking about? Fucking blowjob? Fuck off, I'd never do that. Or I reckon I would get a great fucking... Like, where does that confidence come from, man? Surely you need to practice these things to get good at them. It's not just a case of that. I give myself a great wank. You're like, aye, but you can feel that. Aye. Do you realise that you're reacting to the sensations in your own body? So you might be like, I mean, do you remember getting a wank when you were a wee guy and they were like, the bird was trying to put your fucking dick into gear? Aye. Doing that pure squiggly thing, you're like, it's going to break. Like, seriously. I break, by the way. Like, that hurts. Going to stop doing that.
As long as she's not doing that.
Fuck's sake, man. I know. Oh, don't take a week off again, mate. We've descended into madness.
I know. I'm actually 6 years sober next Friday, mate. The 17th of December.
Oh, aye, you were saying, man. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you. That's my date. I think I might do a sober theme. Talk about the benefits of the mental health and give a couple of numbers out for the Samaritans and stuff.
I think we should do that, mate.
Maybe talk about my journey, my first drink, my last drink, and how I go air it. That's my coping mechanism when I talk about serious things. I put on stupid voices.
Aye, mate.
My family never loved me.
My priest abused me.
I would never have shagged my priest when I was younger. He was...
Did he shag you, but?
Mate, he was the size of a house. I thought I was big when I was wee. Fucking hell.
Can't even see Bobby, never mind fucking...
Aye. I don't want to mention him because I think he might still be alive. Hopefully he's not a Scott Squad fan. Followed me for years and then he listens to this podcast.
Get the wrath of Jesus.
I know. Everyone, thank you very much for joining me for episode 9 of the podcast. As always, your support is welcomed and appreciated. I've been looking at the stats and supposedly we've got quite a lot of views and listeners in Finland, which I find absolutely fucking mental. And you know, a lot of people are messaging me saying they appreciate the honesty about the mental health stuff, and I never really meant for it to be like that. I just like to treat everybody the way I get treated, so sometimes I might seem a wee bit like I'm oversharing, but I don't mean to overshare. I just want to be honest and have a laugh. First and foremost, have a laugh. I'd like to think it's a comedy podcast, but I do appreciate the messages. I've met some pals, and we're pals now, aren't we, Paul?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
And I'm sorry, I'm just getting that suck job hanging in my head, man. I'm so sorry. Well, no, that, Pally.
No.
That's episode 15. No, but look, guys, I know, I'm fucking... take a week off, man. I fucked it. No, I appreciate the support and Merry Christmas.
Dab. Christmas dab.
Ah!